Welcome to 1984. A new episode, a new story, new interesting fact. Today with me, again, Anna Lipina. Hi, Anna.
Hi.
So, today podcast is something interesting. Again, a subject that we are afraid of. But before to go in detail in our episodes, I would like to ask you a couple of questions.
Yeah, please. Do ask me.
Yeah, okay. Have you ever thought that your life could be transformed in a game? Have you ever thought that you could be like a part of a game like, I don't know, Monopoly?
I don't know, when you started saying about games and my life being converted into a game, I was thinking of Mario. Do you remember a Nintendo game?
Super Mario. Yeah, of course, I love that.
Yeah, so that was my first reaction to your question. But frankly speaking, it's hard to imagine.
So, connected with this, the second question.
Alright.
Have you ever stopped for a second and thought how good you are as a citizen?
That's a killing question. No, I think I have never thought of it before.
But you are always able to judge other citizens, right?
Oh, I'm not a judgmental person, so maybe not about me. But in most of the cases, yeah, we try to evaluate people, how they behave, or in public, what they say, what they do. True.
Come on, we are teachers, we are professors at university, we are like, our tendency is to evaluate our pupils, our students, no? So, and we, let me say, move this attitude in daily life. But this is what is happening in our lovely, afraid countries, China.
Oh, wow. China is ahead always in most of the things. Okay, that's quite curious. Tell me.
Have you ever heard about this ranking system, social ranking system in China? No?
Now I hear it for the first time from you.
Yeah, China is like introducing, so the government has announced an ambitious plan to implement a national social credit ranking system for his citizens.
And what are the categories of that, or what are the criteria?
So this system began with some pilots, like experiment in some of the regions, and the main idea is to unify this system and make like a national system by 2020. So close.
Really?
Yeah, tomorrow. Tomorrow.
Several months.
What they are doing? They are establishing a joint credit reward and punishment mechanism across like different regional or departments, and this system want to increase the trust in the citizens.
Trust by giving by giving some kind of bonuses for certain things.
It's like a scoring system, you know.
Yeah, not bonuses. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's a scoring system.
Scores, yeah.
You know, China has about 1.4 billion citizens.
Yeah.
So it's very hard to control everybody. So you know that, for example, in Russia we have the problem to control our territory, because being like the biggest, geographically biggest country in the world, no, is very hard for us to control our borders and so on. China is big geographically, yes, but it's big in terms of people. So to control the citizens, they have to make something. And this is like the game of life, I would like to call. It's a game of life.
Another association that appeared in my head, Hunger Games.
Yeah, but...
Because that can be some kind of consequence of that? I don't know, I'm not sure, but again, that was my first idea.
So this game of life is like a social credit system that expand the idea of standard credit check, but to all the aspects of life. What does it mean? To answer to your previous question, to each citizen is assigned 1,000 points.
Okay, automatically.
Yeah. You are like a citizen.
Starting seed capital.
Yeah. You're like a citizen of this region nowadays, of this department of China, in China, and you have like, you know that for example in Europe or in Italy we have drive license with 20 points.
Yeah. Okay.
So each like fine that you get or each infraction that you have in the street code, no? So you are like cut at several points. I don't know. You cross the street with the red, like 5 points. You park in not right way, like 2 points, and so on. And then after that, when you get like 0 points,
so the driving license is taken away from you.
No, you have to go back to school to gain new points.
Yeah. To get the license back.
Yeah. So this is, think about these things in life. Okay? So you have this scoring system. But let me say some points where you can gain points or where you can lose points. For example, citizens can gain points by donating blood or money, so charity, or you go to the hospital and say like I want to...
Any kind of volunteering.
Yeah, social. Like, for example, engaging in charity works. Praising the government on social media. So, for example...
Okay, so it means that
so
automatically I have to send many tweets saying...
Yeah, you say like, oh, our government is wonderful.
But is it about exaggeration or it's about the real thing, what is happening in your head? This is your real attitude to the government.
But you know, people, especially in our world, no, people try to say that we are unhappy, our government is not doing enough. So increasing the discontent in society. China wants to avoid this.
So you think that this method would help them to hiss the society, like to make them
it's
quiet?
Control. Yeah. So, or even helping the poor, another like. But this includes rewards, of course. You don't do this to keep your points, but you get rewards. For example, fast tracking on work promotion.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So if you have like a top ranking in your like, let me say, virtual card, social card. So if you are in the competition with another like colleague to get like a promotion, if you have like 900 points and your colleague has like 899, of course you get promoted. Or even if you ask for a promotion by yourself and you have a good points, of course you get a fast tracking.
Okay, I have another question. I think more about the consequences of that. But if there are some like illegal things happening, yeah, so bribes can occur.
Let's this is is the other side. Let's continue for the rewards because it's very interesting. Priority status for children's school admission.
Wow.
So you know, when the country is like high density, no, so you have problem to find a good school for your kids. But if you have a good social credit status of ranking, so you are allowed to send your kids.
Yeah,
or your kids are admitted at school, university, easier. Or even, the credit is always a problem, no? The access to credit and so on. So easier access to credit. Or to consumer credit, because even in China, no, there are, as in Russia as well, but small loans for consumer credit. No? You need to buy a phone, you need to buy a car, and so on. And interesting things, tax breaks. So you are like cut in the taxing system. So I don't know.
Taxes that are levied, they are lower.
Yeah. But then, let's go on the other side. Citizens lose points by not visiting parents that are, for example, ill or aging parents regularly. So not like you go, I don't know, once a week, then in 1 month you're super busy with your work and so on, and you skip. No, you have
This is
to.
a good thing, really.
But look, cheating in online games. Can you imagine? So if you cheat in online games, I don't know, you're playing with
Why is it
PlayStation
included? Why is
because
it
it's a
included?
form of trust.
No, I mean, why games? Because this is like such.
Okay, I tell you another thing. If you remember my podcast about Africa, I told you that Africans and Chinese have something in common. They are very crazy of game.
Yeah, okay,
But I'm telling you, like,
okay.
they are very like games
okay.
oriented. They like to play a lot online with the smartphone and so on.
All right.
So this is like a picture, a snapshot of the society. So if you cheat in the online games, you cheat in the normal life. Okay, so in the daily life. For example, insincere apologize for crimes committed, and come to the question like that you ask. So I don't know, you steal something in the supermarket, then you have to apologize for that, but it's seen that it's fake apologize, or that after, I don't know, your code that you're selling, it was like just to get like out from the prison, or to pay just a fine and so on. And
but is it about the confession or it's about the apology?
no, the apologies. So in especially in Japan, China, and so on, you have to publicly like say that you are sorry for what you've done, or spreading rumors on the internet, fake news. So think about how many people like can be cut from Western society, like or even in our society, spreading
how many
like
people can lose their jobs. If
yeah. I mean,
if
fake
they
news.
Bake this fake news.
But the punishments included in this game of life system are very interesting. For example, exclusion from booking flight or train tickets. So if you don't have like enough points, you go to book your flight or your train, and you are denied.
No way.
Yeah, because you should put your social card. I mean, this ranking card. You are not.
That's a bit terrifying.
You are excluded from the access to certain jobs. I don't know. Government jobs, or top management, or even teaching, or even like very well-paid jobs. Restricted access to public service. So you can be
For
even,
example,
I don't know, good welfare, even hospital.
Hospital. Crazy.
The interesting things of this punishment is that you will be ashamed by this, because there is a system of public shaming on TV or social media. If you go on the streets, in these regions, what's happened? Happened that you find a big screen on the street.
Okay. It's like on basketball games. Like when
No.
the camera just point at people sitting. I mean,
but there is a picture of you on the screen, and so like these, like, let me say, like Anna Lipina has like 500 because you are close to me. Has like 500 points because didn't pick up needs like of the dog from the street. This is another like.
I'm good about that. But
You're
anyway.
good. Okay, you're good about that. Okay. But this system is some kind of revival of Dagenham.
What is that?
Have you never had Chinese students?
I mean, yeah, of course.
Did they never brought to you these, let me say, paper file with Chinese yellow paper files and so on? No?
No.
For example, to me, my